It's March 28th today, Monday. I have been searching for a set of sheds on a buck that I was after last year, and I actually had them in muzzleloader season at 10 yards with my bow. I decided to take it because it felt like the right thing to do, and as I drew on this deer, my boot squeaked and he took off. I have tons of camera pictures. He's pretty consistent, does the same thing all the time. Over the winter, I thought I put a cell camera on him. I thought I will just wait and he will eventually show up without antlers and I'm gonna go in there and find him. Eventually he disappeared for like 2 months when it got real cold. Like he finally just started showing up again. And I went in there 12 times or something trying to find these sheds, different spots on this property. And today I decided to go one more time. I thought, you know, in the front there's this field and I found beds in the marsh by it, but it's like so open and so close to the fields where everybody accesses and everyone comes through that I just really don't think that he would be in there. But I'm gonna look anyway. Maybe I'll come across him and he dropped him on his way to the field, and I get out here and I hit the first bed and it's used, you know, there's poop and everything. I'm like, okay, well maybe he was using this. Get to the second bed. Here he is right here. But as it laid, I moved him, but this buck was right here the whole time. He never left the property. This is his really good side, and I knew there was something weird here, this little prong thing, but I never could get a good picture of it. And here's his other side, which is a little bit different. It's just a big 4-point side, and he was just in this bed right here, and that field is right here behind me. This is a deer I'm definitely wanted to shoot this year. This was like my number one. I wanted him bad, and it just didn't work out. I ended up shooting a deer on the 5th day of season that was pretty big. Hopefully this guy, you know, makes it to the season where I can get on him again, and I just cannot be any more happy. I cannot wait to go after this deer this year. He means so much to me at this point. I just felt like I chased him around for 2 years now, and I drew on him 2 Novembers ago, November 1st. Right there, I can see the spot where the tree was. You know, it's probably half a mile from here, but he wouldn't stop. He was chasing a doe, and then to shoot a different deer, 5th day of season, waiting on the right wind to get in here. And I was hunting the wrong spots. I probably wouldn't have shot him anyway. And then I decided to scout for gun season, and I found where he's living and where he's at. And I got in there and I found him right away, got a cell camera in there, and he was there on it like clockwork. And then all the gun pressure pushed him out. So I gave up. Well, that cell camera finally went off again, muzzleloader, and here he is doing the same thing in daylight. And I got in there, took off work, got in there, set up, and as I draw on him, boot squeaks, he's gone. It just wasn't meant to be, you know, and I just wanted these sheds so bad to have them. Feeling sneaky this morning, or this afternoon, so been trying to locate the target buck from last year, one of them. There's this hidden bean field, and I thought that's probably where they are, because 3 years ago when it was beans, there was every deer in the county was here. So it's 6:30. I could see deer as I was getting up the tree, and now there's just deer everywhere out there. Can't see from any roads. It's on public, but it's a little hidden gem. Check this out. Pretty decent buck, but kind of don't think it's him. I mean, he looks heavy and everything. I don't know, maybe it is him. It's only well, next week's the last week of July, so he's got some time to grow, but kind of feel like that's not him. What the hell? Dude, that buck, I mapped it out, was 450 yards from me, straight across the field. I'm pretty sure it's the same buck that I just watched over there hanging out. And I was getting cramped up, so I took a break, and I was looking out on this side of the field. I looked back, and he's gone, like nowhere to be found.
He's been gone for like 15 minutes. There's a little buck out here. I couldn't see him anywhere in the bean field. I could see the whole bean field. Just gone. And I'm sitting here and all of a sudden I hear, shh, 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 shh. You know the sound. He is 10 yards underneath the tree. And I see him and he knows something's going on. It smells like thermocell something, but 10 yards right here, like what the heck? Today is September 24th, and we're going after a buck that I have some history with for the last few years. He's evaded me twice now. Well, this year, I put some more cameras in here, trying to catch him. And I thought I had him a bunch of times, what I thought was him, but it wasn't. I only have 2 pictures of him this year on this property, and one of them was like the first week in September, maybe like September 3rd, in that same bedding area. And since then, I haven't seen him. Now last winter, I was on a hunt to find his sheds, and I did. Where I'm sitting tonight is where I found those sheds. And since he hasn't showed back up this year, consistently back there, my thought is the same. Maybe he's closer to the food. Maybe he's in this little bed again. And maybe the only thing that really pushes him out is the pheasant hunters when they come in here. That's my thought anyways. The dogs probably kick him up, so he moves back in the deep swamp there where I was hunting him. But it's not open yet. So maybe he's laying right up here close to food. Alright, well, that's gonna do it. I didn't see him. There's 2 spikes that came out of the cattails though. That might be the last time I chase this deer until sometime in October. Would be my guess. So he wins another one. He always does. We'll be somewhere, man, tomorrow with a sweet north wind. Alright, so we're all set up. It's 2:45 right now. 6:30 is the end of the shooting light, and he was here just in enough time to shoot him last night. He was like right at legal shooting light. I got really good cover in front of me, and behind me is really wet. In front of me, there's cattails that are really wet too, and this is the only dry ground, and there's a big willow tree that pinches him between me and these popples, and he used to rub right in front of me and then go on about his way. Well, I haven't had him doing it yet this year, but last night he did, so it was the first time that he's kind of done what he did last year. And usually unless something bumped him, he'll continue doing that. I feel really good about it. There's seriously a 50-50 shot that this deer just walks right in and does it. Like, this is a really high percentage sit for me. I'm pretty sure I have one of my best chances all year to get this done. Yeah, we are in such a weird spot right now. I am just off the parking lot of my truck. It's right there behind me, probably 150 yards. This wind is a little swirly in here, but there's good sign, and as long as this deer hasn't busted me yet, and he may have, they're not that far from here. Even though it feels like a goofy spot. But who knows, I could be completely wrong. This could be all night sign, which I half think it might be, but all the other spots I'm in, they're not seeing sign like this, so I just feel like he may be in here. We might not know because of how swirly this is. That might be exactly why he's here. Maybe this is where he is. And maybe I should have set up just back there, and then my wind wouldn't have been so swirly. But once you walk that far, you can't take it back, you know, so I came up to this before I saw this scrape, and I was really looking for a scrape. I wanted to see one to, like, verify that I was on the right path, and I had went 20 yards, and there it was. So, and it looks like it gets used pretty good. Yes, despite my confidence, no deer. No deer were seen. That's 2 nights in a row. That sucks. It is November the 13th, and I am out on this piece of public that I've been chasing. What I call the history book, or Farley. I don't usually name them, but I've been following this deer for a couple of years now, 2 or 3, and I've come really close on him a couple of times, and it just has not worked out. I had him on camera last night, that's why I'm back in here. And I had a buck chasing a doe in here in the morning, and then again at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a slight northwest wind today. So coming through, it's a cattail entrance. That was pretty loud coming in. And it's cold, it's 30 degrees, so there was a little bit of ice. As I got closer to the stand here, I pretty much come right out of the water, and my tree's 10 feet from the water here. So it's a nice clean access as long as they don't hear you, but I'm just hoping that they're bedded farther back in one way or the next. And it's early. I knew I had to be in here early today. It's like 12:15 now, and I'm set up and ready to go. So deer coming. Got a glimpse of him moving through, but I don't know where he is now. Oh, there he is. It's a small buck. Down to the last 10 or 12 minutes. Still no Farley. He usually likes to cut it close to that shooting time. He's usually the last 5 minutes before close. Here he goes.
Bert.
That's not good. Oh, that was in his shoulder. That sounds good though. I think he just died. I just killed Farley. I did it. Oh my god. It sounded like he just crashed right there. Oh my goodness. I didn't hear him or nothing. I just caught a glimpse of his rat coming right here. And he turned and he was like gonna come right into me. And he was quartering too, so I had to shoot him close to the shoulder. Wow, that was way more close than I thought I was gonna be on that. I gotta call Vince.
You busy tonight? It's him. Yep, I sure did. I shot him, babe. I did. I'm gonna go home and try to watch this on my computer and see how bad of a shot it was or how good of a shot it was. We're going to get him now. Got the Vince, the track and pro.
Been up since 3 a.m. shooting ducks on the Mississippi River. Gone on a 3-day hunting trip. Did really good on the river shooting ducks. I was at home a half hour with my kids, and Nick calls me, and it wasn't dark yet, and I just knew. Hopped in truck, drove an hour and 10 minutes. Hopefully, I'll be home before 6:30 tomorrow morning, like last time.
I was sitting in those 2 trees back there. The shot was here. I'm colorblind. Vince says there's blood right here.
Hair right there, and blood, and then a bunch of blood. And it's a highway of blood, so. Blood. Now he's on both sides. So there's quite a bit of blood there, and then there's blood on this side, so he's bleeding both sides now. A little bit of blood.
Shut up. He is buried in there. I knew.
Look at the mass though on him.
I knew he wasn't like super tall or anything crazy. But I knew
some good mass right there.
Robin. I knew like this was always pretty mass. Like I know he's an older. He's got to be at least 4 or 5. Just because he hasn't grown. I mean, he's kind of been the same buck for like 2 or 3 years. So last year he had this little extra foot, like the point here, but he put it back here this year and got rid of it up there. But he was always really kind of like palmated in here, and I came close. I think I've drawn on this deer. Tonight was my 3rd night, and I finally connected with him. He is the only deer I've ever really followed. I never had like a, you know, around public land, so it's not too many deer that stick around or anything, but this was definitely one that drew me to him. Just a cool buck. I can't believe I'm actually putting my hands on him.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so glad you came out. This is, I can't see blood, so without Vince I'm kind of screwed. And he just walks down blood trails like nothing, and this is not an easy thing to get out of here, so we're gonna have some fun tonight. I'm very thankful for this deer. Such a cool deer. Glad that you're here to share it with me, bud.
Absolutely. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Having fun yet? I don't know when we started dragging, but
I have a timer set.
oh boy, we're making.
Last time we got to beat 5 hours and 27 minutes.
I think we're gonna smash 5 hours and 27 minutes. Farley's coming home.